Now, this is going to relatively be a quick video, but basically, I just want to give some quick inspiration and a quick word of advice. Start living every single day with the remembrance of death. Every single day, all the time throughout your life, you should always have a remembrance of death. Now, this doesn't mean being a fucking psychopath or anything. This doesn't mean just sitting there being all depressed thinking about death. But what I'm trying to say is it should always be at the back of your head. Every single time let's just say your goal in life is to be a basketball player, right? But you're scared of what other people are going to think about you if you actually go on the court and then you miss a few shots and now you're embarrassed and everything, right? So what you should do is think about death. Would you want to die without ever experiencing the fun of your goal? Exactly, the answer is gonna be no. So why not just go do it anyway, despite all of the embarrassment that may be on your mind and whatnot? Because who knows, you might go and do it and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, this is way better than I expected. I didn't know I had these skills and whatnot. So that's all I really want to say, is start living with the remembrance of death. See, when you start thinking about death, you become a lot more wise, right? You become wiser. Because only a wise person is the person that's remembering death all of the time. Every time you look to go and do something that's wrong, that you know is wrong, and it's bad, think about death. And then the chances of you doing that thing is a lot less likely. Trust me, I've literally implemented this mental technique and I use it a lot of the time, right? And it really does help. So let's just say you might be addicted to smoking, or you might be an alcoholic. Every time, and you might be trying to quit. Every time you think about drinking alcohol, just say, whoa, what if I go and drink it and then all of a sudden, since I'm out of my mind, I accidentally jump in my car and start driving, and I might end up dying. See? So now you're thinking about death. You have death on your mind. So you're like, no, I don't want to die drunk. I don't want to return to God in that type of state. So let me not do it. Right? Every time you're thinking about going all of those parties and partying and smoking and doing all of this lustful shit and doing all of that, just think about death. Is that how you want to die? Do you want to die drunk at a party? Like after having sex with some random person that is not even gonna love you, and there's no spiritual connection and relationship at all, no love, it was just purely lust? Is that how you want to die? You want to return to God with that, like, look, with that type of aura? That's how you want to die? Like, when you get questioned, is that what you want to be questioned on? You don't want to get questioned or like see your life play out and all of the good things you've done, all of the money you donated to charity, all of the people you've helped, all of the small subtle good deeds. That's not how you want to die. You want to die, you rather die drunk at a party over what? Over what? Some low vibrational shit? That's how you want to die? So this just goes to show that you really should be thinking about death. And it's not even it's not even a bad thing. See, most people think about it as, oh, that's bad and maybe you shouldn't do that and all of that bullshit. But in fact, it actually makes you way more grateful. It literally makes you so much more grateful in all aspects of life, because now you're gonna appreciate life a lot more when you think about death all the time. You're guaranteed to, because you know that it's not gonna last forever. All the clothes, all the cars and money and all of that you just achieved, you're gonna understand and get to realize, whoa, it's not gonna last forever. So why am I so attached to it? Why do I care? Why do I put it over my family? Why do I put it over my loved ones, all of the people I actually care about? I'm gonna put a car over them. I'm gonna put money over them. Why? You know what I mean? And it just really gets you thinking it makes you go down a deep rabbit hole. I'm gonna be honest. So if you're not really ready for that as yet, then you probably shouldn't do it. Go on, keep living your life. You know what I mean? Take the blue pill. keep living your life and live in a fake reality. But what if you want to wake up to the real world and you want to live in reality? You got to be thinking about death a lot of the time, right? It got to be ingrained at the back of your mind that, oh, we're gonna die one day. And the thing about it is that it's not even some cringy advice or nothing. It's literally reality. We all have to die one day. Everyone you see, all of the celebrities that you praise and you worship them and you idolize them, they're all gonna die one day and they don't give a fuck about you, right? So why don't you just care about yourself and focus on yourself alone and care about your loved ones and take care of them, right? Why don't you go tell your parents you love them or appreciate your friends more, your family more, right? Because they're all gonna die one day. You're gonna die one day, right? And that should really just hit a deep spot in your heart. It really should. And you should get a deep realization, and it's honestly true. It's just the reality that we live in. Now, I know this video was kind of vague, like not really vague, but it was just so random, and it's like kind of deep, and like it really makes you start thinking a lot, right? And that's actually good, honestly. So I hope that this video actually inspired you and it actually like taught you something. Like it really, like you should genuinely implement that. Keep death in the back of your mind, because one day it's gonna actually serve you right. You might be one step ahead from, like, I don't know, probably killing someone or just beating someone to death or anything. You could be one step from doing that. But just because of you thinking about death and thinking about the consequences and the beauty of life, it's gonna refrain you from doing that. It's gonna refrain you from probably just losing your temper and getting angry at someone and just doing shit on the spot without thinking, right? And I genuinely hope this video actually taught you something, and I actually hope you pay attention as well, because I know some people watch my videos and they don't actually pay attention and actually implement what I teach, and that's okay as well. To each his own. But with that being said, peace.